Hi, folks. It's Mayor Mike Savage here, and I'm here with Wendy Luther. Now, Wendy is the President and CEO of the Halifax Partnership. The Halifax Partnership is our economic development agency. They've helped to develop our economic plan. They do a lot of advocacy work, and they're an investor-led organization. So while we're in the middle of this public health pandemic, we also have to start to look at how do we recover economically. There's been a lot of people taking a big hit. So the partnership is going to lead that work on behalf of Regional Council, and I intend to be involved in that quite a bit. And I'm here with Wendy just to chat about that. So I wonder if you could just chat a little bit, Wendy, about what the actual economic response and recovery plan is.
Thank you so much, Mayor. So as you mentioned, we had already begun work on planning for the next 5-year growth plan for the city. Our current growth plan takes us to the end of this year. And the good news is that we were seeing incredible economic growth and prosperity for Halifax. Our GDP growth had never been stronger at 2.6% in 2019. And at the same time, our population growth had never been stronger. We welcomed almost 10,000 new residents to Halifax last year. But with the hit of COVID-19 last month, it immediately became apparent that we needed to respond in a different way than we'd been responding to economic development in the past. So hence, we've refocused our efforts on the response and recovery plan in 3 phases, starting with this urgent phase that we're in now, which is the critical health crisis, moving on to a stabilization phase when conditions allow to help businesses stabilize their efforts and get back to business. And finally, the day that we're all looking for, getting back to that trajectory of growth on our open for business phase.
Awesome. So the 3 stages, right now we're obviously in the middle of this crisis. So what does the first stage consist of, Wendy?
So first stage, first and foremost, it is important for all of us to follow the public health directives. That will get us back to business as quickly as possible. But in this urgent phase, we are most importantly connecting companies and individuals to the resources that are being offered really daily by provincial and federal governments. And we launched a website for resources for COVID-19 for business on the week of March 16th. And we're hearing from businesses what they need is they need access to money, they need access to labor in acute labor shortages and labor imbalances that are being felt. And we're pivoting all of our existing programs to help meet that.
All right. That's awesome. So what are we seeing now from Halifax businesses who are supporting the COVID-19 efforts?
Oh, it's absolutely phenomenal, Mayor. So all of our businesses who can step up are stepping up. And I have a few examples for you that I haven't seen lately in the media. One is IMV Inc. They're advancing a clinical development of a vaccine against COVID-19, and they'll be doing their phase 1 clinical studies right here in Halifax with Dalhousie University, IWK Health Centre, and the Nova Scotia Health Authority. We also have Sona Nanotech. They're developing a COVID-19 virus detecting system, which will help us much more rapidly get tested. And a small company that Halifax Partnership helped bring to Halifax last year, Novalte Inc., they've developed an internet-based platform that uses voice commands to help residents of long-term care homes and senior facilities do so many tasks physically that they can't do themselves. And that's not only empowering those residents, but it's also limiting the person-to-person contact that is so important right now.
That's really cool. And of course, a lot of people, a lot of businesses in the community are helping out in any way they can. I know in the beautiful city of Dartmouth, the Canteen restaurant is doing amazing stuff to provide services to people, food to people, even while they can't make revenue off their wonderful food. So we're seeing businesses step up. I guess the real question is what's going to be needed to restart this economy when the time comes?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mayor. So when we're able to get back to business, when the public health determinations and restrictions are lifted, our companies, they're going to need customers, They're going to need access to labor. They're going to continue to need access to money and to capital. And that is forming our framework in terms of making sure that all partners are at the table to address these questions businesses will have. And it will take all three orders of government stepping up. So for instance, something that is maybe not important today, but will be incredibly important in the months to come, is our federal government partners coming to the table to help fund infrastructure projects that will keep our local contractors employed and keep that money circulating in our economy, as well as continuing to make Halifax the absolute best place to live and work.
Great. Wendy, I guess the question is, how do people get to hear about this? Where can they go for more information?
So we have posted on the Halifax Partnership website at halifaxpartnership.com our resources for business page, which we're morphing now into the response and recovery page. And you'll be seeing, as we move forward through these phases of the plan, mounting business confidence and supporting local business will be more important than ever. And we're already looking at mechanisms such as logistics, so that we can shop online for our companies here in Halifax. How do we make it easier for small businesses here to get products and services within HRM, as well as making sure that we're all working together. And our friend Paul McKinnon with a Downtown Business Commission shared this with us. This is a poster, if you can read it. We shall never rebuild Halifax unless everybody works, and everybody works together. And one of our small businesses, Inkwell, is producing these. These are following the Halifax explosion. And just as we banded together to meet that crisis, we're banding together now to meet this crisis and come out of this economic and health crisis, ideally even stronger than we went in. That is the goal.
Absolutely. And that poster has hung in my office every day since I was sworn in November of 2012. And I think it's never been more apropos than now. Wendy, thank you. It's awesome to see people working together. I know that you're also involved in the Business Labor Coalition work that Patrick Sullivan at the Chamber has been leading. Ross Jefferson at Discover Halifax is doing some great work, because our hospitality, our restaurants, our hotels, and our bars have really been banged hard. And it's great to see everybody working together. We have an awful lot of faith in the Halifax Partnership. We work very closely in promoting and supporting our economy. And this is important work, and we appreciate the work that you're doing and your team to lead it. We will rebuild Halifax and Nova Scotia. So Wendy, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor.